morning, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And it is Wednesday, and it is Side Quest Wednesday, and it is the second week of our side quest. So let's take a look here. There it is, Vault of Variance 2. So we've actually got two side quests in here. We've got to do Multiversal Pathway first. This is week 2 of that, and then we get a key from there in order to go into Vault of Variance 2. We already picked up all of our keys to go in Multiversal, which are these syringes. We claimed all of those already. Multiversal Extraction Sample Syringe. Got those. Those get us into Multiversal Pathway Week 2. And then we get the variant key in here that gets us into Vault of Variance 2. All right. We're chasing a couple of things. Right now we're chasing, and this will get us through this, we're chasing sample study number 2. That's going to get us 6,000 of those fantastic Force crystal shards. And if you didn't know, the special crystal for this month is not a Cavalier crystal. It is a Valiant crystal. And Valiant crystals have a 2.5% chance to drop a 7-star. And it's dropping one of these 7 stars in the crystal. I'm pretty psyched about that. So we're trying to we've already got one. 6,000 more will get us 2 more of those crystals. So we're trying to get there. The other thing that we're chasing are these new special objectives that dropped, called the cross-platform launch objectives. And we're doing the fight one. So this is getting us 7-star shards. So we're going to be getting another 1,700. So that's not too bad. All right, who are we taking on not in Battlegrounds, who are we taking on in the Vault of the Variants this time? We are going to be taking on Antman, and we're going to talk about him when we get there. But first, we've got to go into the Multiversal Pathway, and we've got to get our variant signal. So we can only bring in tech and science. So we're going to do the mutant path, which does tech. So we're going to bring him in. We're going to bring him in. And we're going to bring Ironheart in. And that is who we are going to use for this. And there's our last syringe for the week. This is my pass number 4 on all this. And we're going to be taking this. So we've got Bishop, we've got Strife, and we've got Old Man Logan. So I think that we are going to be using Red Skull for the first fight. And we can power drain him or power burn him from doing that and then do heavies. So we're going to watch the stun timer there. And we're going to let it go at the last second. And we're draining him. And we can do one more here before we do our... And we're just going to do that. Okay, and he's gone. Very easy. Yeah, I like to parry and then heavy, but heavy at the last minute, because the longer he holds his heavy, the more power that he gains. And you can get up to a special 2 pretty fast doing that, like that. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to get some Mysterium, and we're going to be able to claim that 700. I am sitting on 36,350 Mysterium, so we're going to need to be spending some Mysterium, is what's going to happen. And I didn't sync this up properly where I can spend Mysterium every Wednesday, so we're going to have to spend some Mysterium so we don't go over. All right, so we've got Strife, and I could have a mischance against him, so I'm going to use Ironheart, because she can get a tracking debuff. Boom, 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 boom. And there's the tracker. And I don't have to worry about... Oh! Missing. I screwed that up bad. So let's back up. All right, he's done now. Okay. So we don't have to worry about the tracker. I missed with that special 1. So we don't have to worry about the mischance because we have the tracker debuff on, and that's why I brought her in. And then for this last one, I'm going to use Lady Deathstrike. So if Old Man Logan is under the effects of her heal block, she can block. He won't go unblockable. So, and there's the heal block, and we're just going to keep that on. All right, he's just gonna go down like a clown. Okay, easy peasy. All right, now we are going to get our variant sequence key. That gets us into the Vault of Variant 2, and there we go. We got our. Okay, it's telling me that I've almost got too much Mysterium. I've almost got too much. So we got 40. Right when you get within 10,000 of 50,000, it tells you that you're close. So we're going to have to spend some of that. All right, so we're going into the Vault of Variants. And our opponent is Antman. Now, Antman has a few kind of tricky nodes on him. We've got Special Burst Lockdown. So when the defender activates a special attack. So let me say, when Antman activates a special attack, I am inflicted with a heal block and an armor break debuff, reducing armor rating by 30% each, lasting 5 seconds. So that's kind of an issue because there's another node in here that feeds off of debuffs. Power through sickness each time the attacker is inflicted with any debuff, and this one, the Special Burst Lockdown, does that. The defender gains a power gain passive granting 10% of max power over 8 seconds. That's not so bad. Consistent combos whenever the attacker strikes the defender. If the combo meter does not increase by 5 or more before the combo string ends, the attacker, me, is inflicted with an unsteady debuff. That's another debuff for 6 seconds. And then we've got micro reflect when the defender glances an attack. So that consistent combos can give us a glance chance. And he also has a glance chance, too, in his kit. The attacker receives 200% of the damage dealt. And then when the attacker dashes back, we gain a degen timer. Dashing back again activates a passive degen. So there's no way to get rid of that. So I think that's a lot of just nastiness on him. But I want to bring in a skill champion. Now, Elsa would be okay with this too because she can get rid of some of that. So if we look at her kit here, while suffering from a non-damaging debuff, Elsa has a 100% chance to purify one of any debuff every 2.6 seconds. So she could get rid of that unsteady debuff, but he still has glancing in his kit. Now, she works off of 5-hit combos, so that's okay. Shang-Chi is no good because he doesn't work off of 5-hit combos. Hitmonkey also could, possibly, but he also works off of 3-hit combos, so that's not great. Lumatrix or Lumatrix, maybe. And he also has a chance of getting rid of non-damaging debuffs. So he's got this endurance, which reduces the duration, but it doesn't get rid of them. Atuma needs to be able to use his heavy, so that's not really going to work. Okoyo doesn't really do a whole lot. So I would say, and then Kingpin is an okay choice, I think. He does have a purify ability. That Crossbones also is okay, and so is Shield. But I'm going to go ahead and use, we're just going to take the blunt approach to this, and we're just going to use Nick Fury. Because Nick Fury is just going to do a ton of damage, and he's got 2 lives. So I don't really have to worry about too much. We're just going to go. All right, so let's get going here. Okay, boom, and we're going to do some super bleeds. All right, we got the buff. And he hit me. Wow. Boom. And he's stunned. All right, he's gone. All right. So not too bad. It's a really nasty Nick Fury, but you know, a 5-star Nick Fury that's maxed out could probably do essentially the same thing. You know, it would just take a little bit longer. And you got 2 lives. That's the other thing. You got 2 lives to worry about. So we're going to get some, looks like tier 3 or tier 4 alpha. And then we're going to move down and be done. We're not 100% with this. We're 95%. That was tier 4. So we're going to come back in here and we're going to make this 100%. That's a really important thing to do. And we'll go up the middle. And now we're 100%. And we did this 100% because we got some tier 6, not very much, and we got 2,000 7-star, and then we got a profile. I don't care about the profile pick, but it's the 7-star shards that I wanted. Okay, now we also completed a few things, so we're going to get our 6,000 there, and we automatically get the cross-platform launch fight for the reward. So we got one more of those to do, and that's it. All right, that is the video I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.